Let us talk of the application of Gauss's law. This is very interesting to see how Gauss's law can be applied to find the electric field for some symmetric charge distributions. Let us first recall Gauss's law. Gauss's law states that the total electric flux through a closed surface, which is integral E dot dA, and this indicates a closed surface, is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed by that surface. In case you are not familiar with Gauss's law, I would suggest you first learn Gauss's law. Okay, now let's apply Gauss's law to find the electric field due to an infinitely long straight wire that has a uniform charge density of lambda coulomb per meter. See, we are going to follow a particular sequence of steps and I'll list it out over here. Now, I want you to follow this very carefully because the same sequence of steps will be followed for other symmetric charge distributions. The first step is you have to draw the charge distributions. Over here we have an infinitely long wire with a positive charge on it, and we need to make an intuitive guess as to how the electric field will look. Now, say I am looking at this wire from the front, then I would say that the electric field looks like this. So you have an electric field which is perpendicular to the wire, and this is how the electric field will look like. Now, if you're looking at the same wire from the top, so if I'm looking at the wire from the top over here, so I would see something like this. I would see electric field lines on all sides, just like you have the electric field due to a point charge. Okay, this just reminds me of something. Once while teaching this topic, a student suddenly asked, okay, now suppose you're looking at something like this right in front of you. Say you have this, right in front of you. Now, what do you think this is? And you know the answer to that is, can you guess? It's a giraffe standing outside your window. Okay, coming back to the lesson now. See, the first step was you need to draw the charge distribution. You need to draw the charge distribution. Draw the charge distribution and make an intuitive, now how do I spell intuitive? I-N-T-U-I-T-I-V-E, an intuitive guess of for the electric field for E. So that's the first step. Now let's take a look at the next step. The next step is to guess the Gaussian surface. Now, in this case, a cylinder seems to be a good choice for a Gaussian surface as the wire on which the charge is present is also cylindrical. So, I'll just choose a cylindrical Gaussian surface and place it over here. Now, we want to find the electric field at a distance r. So, this distance from the wire, this distance is r. So, I have chosen a Gaussian surface of radius r, and the height of this Gaussian surface is h. So, now the next step is to choose a Gaussian surface. So, I'll just list that out in our sequence of steps. Choose a suitable Gaussian surface. See, Gaussian surface is a surface on which we apply Gauss's law. Now let's take a look at step 3. See, I have just listed out the step over here. The electric field should either be constant and perpendicular to a surface, or it should be zero through the surface. Over here we have a closed Gaussian surface, which is this cylindrical surface, and you can see that this consists of a curved surface plus the two circular ends. This is what the closed cylindrical Gaussian surface is. Now the electric field is perpendicular to the curved surface, and E through these two ends is 0. So E has to be either perpendicular and constant also. It shouldn't have a varying magnitude. So in this case, E is perpendicular and constant to the curved areas, and it is 0 through these areas because there is no flux through these two ends of the cylinder. Okay, next is step 4, and step 4 is to find the left hand side of Gauss's law, which means we have to find the total flux through the Gaussian surface. Here you can see that the flux through the Gaussian surface is the flux through the curved surface plus the flux through the two ends. Now if we solve for the flux through the curved surface, that will be integral E dot dA, and since the electric field and the Gaussian surface are perpendicular to each other, this will be E dA, and that will be cos 0. Now we wanted to keep this term as cos 0, which has a value of 1, which makes our calculations very simple. That is why we were looking for a Gaussian surface where E would be perpendicular to the surface. And we also chose a condition that E is constant. Now if E is constant, you can put this outside the integral. So what remains is simply integral of dA, which is the total surface area. And in this case, that would be the curved surface area. So this is E times 2 pi r h, the curved surface area of a cylinder. Now this is the flux through the curved surface. Now if you look at the flux through the two ends, you can see that there is no flux in this direction. There is no electric field in this direction. So the flux through the two ends is 0. And this again simplifies our calculations. So we were looking for a Gaussian surface on which either the flux through it is 0 or the flux is perpendicular to the surface and is constant, so that we can put it outside the integral. Now finally we have the left hand side, which is the total flux in this case, and that is E times 2 pi r h. Now this brings us to the last step. We need to find the RHS of Gauss's law and then put the LHS equal to the RHS and solve for E. Now the RHS is the charge enclosed. You can see that this is the charge enclosed inside the Gaussian surface. So the charge which is enclosed is going to be lambda times the height h. See, lambda is the charge density which is in coulomb per meter, and the height h is in meters. So this product gives us the total charge enclosed. Now we're going to equate the LHS with the RHS. So you have E times 2 pi r h equals lambda times h over epsilon naught. So this works out to be, this gives us E equals lambda over 2 pi r times epsilon naught, and this field, this is a vector, and the direction is, it is along a unit vector in this direction.